Yeah, Dale here. I wanted to show you just a couple ways, instead of writing out this really ultra descriptive text, of what I was doing in Scopus. Hopefully this will be a short video. From the library research databases, I've already logged in and done my Duo authentication thing. The database I really like for general but high-end scholarly searching is called Scopus. It's just like Web of Knowledge or Web of Science, if you're familiar with those. I like the interface better in Scopus, but there's a lot of overlap. Again, I took autocomplete and turned it into a single word, and there was more results. But I found this cool thing for figuring out the keywords. Since it's a new technology, especially with web browsers, and I think phones use this a lot, like, oh God, I just thought of another one, predictive text. Cell phones used to have, and this drove me crazy, but this is the old flip phone era where they had predictive text. That might not be the same as what you're talking about here, but it might be worth looking into. See how my mind works. There's never a moment where I feel complete with everything. When you cite sort, it starts out by date newest, but then you go by cited by highest. You can see the article that had the greatest impact. You might already be familiar with that. But if we look at these, so this is interactive fuzzy keyword search, and this is like a World Wide Web conference proceedings, but you can see it's from 2009. So this is right when smartphones were taken off and people wanted to have things be faster and more innovative every time. Here you have a programming language. I don't know if it's exclusive to Java, but they all look kind of like they're in the ballpark. When I was looking for different keywords, is oftentimes proprietary vendors like Apple want to come up with their own jargon. So they might call it iPredictive text or iComplete or something clever like that until somebody adopts it down the road and we get stuck with one thing. So if it's probably not called fuzzy keyword search because that's a mouthful and then it makes you want to explain it. But autocorrect looks pretty good, or autocomplete. But if you go down, there's keywords here, and it'll be a collapsible menu. If you open to view all, and there's only 119 articles in this one, you can see the ones that have been used the most. Autocomplete, top of the list, but then you can see on the way down. And these are all scholarly articles. So we can see human-computer interaction, that's not so great. Information, no, those aren't so great. Keyword queries, that might be like computer science. But semantics and semantic web are kind of like the early version of AI, where people were trying to have more of an interface rather than just me requesting something and then the database giving it back, that there was an intermediary. So semantic web was really hot around the turn of the century, but I haven't heard that happen recently. But this is where I would look for those, and this is how you could see them in order of the times that they appeared. Oh, there's semantic web again. When you look at these, consider you could go and limit to a specific date range. So some of these go way back. You could just go into the most recent years and then limit it to that. And then when you go, so here's one on autocomplete functions and impact on dyslexia. So we're even getting closer to the mark with this one. But if you go back and you do the keywords, they're only going to be looking at that pool of data from the last 5 years. So I bet semantic web drops off. So natural language processing, I don't know. But we'll try some other ones. But this is how I got to those spaces that I was looking for.